Okay, I feel like I need to caveat this before I start. So these are 3 student brushes that I've just reset. They're all watercolour brushes, they're all synthetic blends and with a varying amount of success. The one on the left is the oldest brush, it's about 10 years old. The middle one that's got the fantastic point come back is only 12 months old and has started to fray out at the top edges. And then the one on the right hand side is about 7 or 8 years old. So they're all brushes that I'd cast aside thinking that I wouldn't be able to do anything with them. And I've managed to reset the points well enough for them to go back into my student loan kits. So this video is just really to show you how I do that, how I've done that this time, and then you can decide whether you want to do that with your brushes at your own risk. These brushes are all bent and I'm going to reset the brush points. What I've got here is a mug full of boiling water that's just come straight out of the kettle. So what you do is you pop the brush in. Make sure you don't go right the way down to the bottom. You're going to let the brush and the heat do what it needs to do to reset it. Needs about 30 seconds to a minute. If you pull it out, see there, it's straight. I'll do this one. Dip that in. Not all the way down. Let it reset. Put it out. It's straight. And this one. Dip that in. And just waiting until it all looks straight. You do this with any brushes. Some of these are kids brushes, some of these are watercolour brushes. And there you go, it's straight. The thing you can do to regain the point is to set your iron up. I've got mine on the lowest setting, no steam, on a towel upright, and then I've got a brush that needs its point resetting. I've done that first process and I'm just very slowly continuing round to reset this point. You might not get it totally perfect, but this brush was really splayed out and it will make a big difference to it, just the heat. Now this is a synthetic blend brush. I've never done this with a sable, I've never done it with anything other than watercolour synthetic blends, so I would test cautiously, but if you've got a brush that's pretty much ruined anyway, it's quite a good way to get it back to being able to perform. I'm just going to carry on doing this for a couple of minutes. Okay, so that's all done now. It's took me a couple of minutes just going round very gently, pulling just very slightly and gently onto the hot plate. And I've got a really nice point there. The last thing you can do is to dip your brush back into some gum arabic solution. Think of it as the hairspray of brushes, and you could leave that overnight to dry, and that might do some little bit of setting on that.